Hello, my name is Bob Schmidt and I live near Spokane, Washington. Several months ago, I decided to get into photographing real estate properties, mainly ranches and acreages and farms. And when I started doing that, I had been wearing my remote control or suspending it around my neck or my back with a web and a strap. And those of you that have done that know that there's only a single point of connection here. And so it would flop around, and I always had to have one hand on it in order to stabilize it. There had to be a better way of doing it. So I came up with the device that I'm going to show you. I call it a DJI Phantom series remote control carrier. I don't claim any originality for this, I just haven't seen it on the internet. So let me show you what I put together. This device, got it from Amazon, is called a snare drum carrier. It's used by marching band drummers to carry a snare drum that fits over these J hooks. If you'll note, this consists of several pieces. We got the shoulder hooks. They're all padded, by the way. We have what they call a belly plate, which is padded as well. And we have an adjustment strip here in the middle. Now I'm 6 feet even, weigh about 250 pounds, and you can see where I've settled on my adjustments here. This thing is also kind of interesting. It comes with a little toolkit. It has a T-wrench right here that you can use to adjust these up and down or in and out, and that's held right here. There's also a small little wrench that goes here. I don't know where I put it. These nuts, by the way, are 1/2 inch standard nuts. So if you get one of these things, you want to get a ratchet wrench. That's the fastest way to adjust it. So anyway, as you can see, this just fits over my shoulder, just like that. Now a snare drum I found out weighs maybe between 15 and 30 pounds. What I'm going to put on here doesn't even come close to that. It's maybe 5 pounds at most. So I have the J hooks suspended here from the belly plate. They're adjusted. I believe it's the center to center distance here is about 9 1/4 inches. So then I fabricated out of some plywood a little shelf. This is 15.5 inches wide by, I believe it's 8 or 8.5 inches deep. This is the top. And you can see there's a little cleat here, and there's a cutout, and that's for the front foot of the DJI Phantom controller to slide underneath there. It's held in place. And then here you can see a piece of hook and loop or Velcro. I got that from Amazon as well. On the underside there's a couple of cleats, and they're drilled through the 9/16 inch hole, and here is a little set nut that clamps down on it. So what you do is you take this little table, position it over the J hooks. You can feel under there with your fingers where, there it goes, sets into place, and you can reach under with your fingers and snug this down. You then take your DJI controller, this is for Phantom 4 Pro, and I just slide it under that little hook. I believe it's, make sure it's set in there, and it's fastened down with Velcro. And then you can open up the sunshade. In my case, this one's made by Aerial Drone Accessories, Stacy down in Alabama. And you can see how it's hands-free. You can bend over, you can flip back and forth, you can sit down, you can lean up against. You can also take this whole thing off in one piece if you want. I find it very handily. It will hang on my truck door or the bed of my truck. So there's a lot of different ways you can store it. So when you're done with this whole thing, just close down your sunshade if this is the type you have. Lift this off the Velcro, pull that out from under the cleat, loosen the set screws on the underside, and then just pry up against it and it comes off. And then when you're done with this, you can take that off too. This is, by the way, is made from steel, and I have yet to have a problem doing compass calibrations. You're supposed to keep it away from a lot of metal. Haven't had a single problem at all doing compass calibrations with this. You can also bend these hooks a little bit to fit your shoulder or your stature. So again, a snare drum carrier that's turned into a DJI remote control carrier. This is available from Amazon. It's $99. They also have another, the same company makes another drum holder just like this, except it's a junior model for a smaller stature person. So whichever one of those you get. So $100, and it just really is so easy to use. So if you give it a try, I hope it works well for you. It's worked wonderfully for me. Again, went from a snare drum carrier to a DJI remote controller carrier. Thanks for watching, folks.